Let's talk today about annotating old photographs that you may find in a shoebox or a photo album. And it's really key to put annotations on the backs of photographs that kind of show who the people were, if you know who they were. And fortunately, I do know who one of these persons is. It's my great uncle, the young man on the right. This photo was taken according to the limited captions on the back in 1917, and it says Adrian and Cecil. So Adrian is my great uncle. He was inducted into the U.S. Army at around that time, but no other information is there. And it's pretty key when you find old photos like this. Keep in mind that 50 years from now, when your own children or grandchildren or some cousin is taking a look at these photos, they may not have any idea who it is. And even if there's something like Adrian and Cecil on the back, that doesn't really give them much context. So what I did on the bottom there, you can see Adrian McDonald, R, right, New York, and I put a question mark after that because I believe it was in New York, but I'm not really sure. I believe he was inducted in New York and then he went to a training camp in Plattsburgh, but I'm not quite sure about that, so I just put a question mark there. And then I put my own name and the date down there. So in the future, whoever's looking at this will have an idea of where this information came from, because provenance is really important in kind of identifying who supplied some information. And although I don't have firsthand knowledge of this photograph, because of course it was taken long before I was born, I do know the person on the right. That is Adrian. And similarly, we have another photo later in his Army career. He's the young man on the left, and you can see some guys in other types of uniforms. On the back, there's an interesting original handwriting, probably Adrian's himself, because it says Lieutenant Doris, USA, Lieutenant La Florencie, French, and myself. So again, if you saw this photo and you didn't, 50 years from now, and it just identifies roughly who these people are, and then one of them says myself, that's not very helpful. So I put an arrow to Adrian McDonald, that's the myself. Luxembourg, because I know that he was stationed there, and then 1919 to 1920, because I believe that was roughly the time frame where he was stationed in Luxembourg with an international cadre of other official, Allied army officers were basically keeping the peace after World War I. And then I put my name and the date on it there.